Hi everyone. So today topic is that how to create cash advance in Fusion Expense model, which is interlinked between your payable model as well as. So what are the prerequisites are required in order to create cash advance in expense model. So first we will go through the step by step. What are the prerequisites are required? First we need to have a user creation. So which user is going to use or create cash advance based on their day-to-day travel trips and business trips, so on. So here I'm going to create two users. So initiator and approver like that. So those particular two users should be associated with the business unit and then legal entity. Those two users are belongs to which business unit they belongs to them, and those are belongs to which legal entity they are associated. So that's where it is required. It's a mandatory setup as well as while creating users. And coming to the roles, so which are the roles they're supposed to have after they, let's say example, once the client is going to hire any one of the resources in accounts department, so those guys should be able to create their own expense reports, right? So for that, what are the roles supposed to be required? So that you needs to be assigned those roles to the respective users. Otherwise, they will not able to create cash advance and then expense report as well as, and a default expense account code combination. This is most critical, and also this is most important setup while we creating resource. If you're not providing default expense account, once they will be logged into the application, they are not able to create any cash advance or expense related information or reports and so on. So that's where it is important. And approval group, as I mentioned that we are going to create two users. One is approved, right? That's a group. So who is going to approve the particular expense report or cash advances? And then, so we'll get into the application. So how to create cash advance and what other things are required, that we'll discuss in detail in the session. And approval. So when we create a user, so I will show you that how to create user, and there should be some tab called as a manager. So let's say example, if you're going to create a XYZ user, the particular user belongs to which manager. You might say who is the reporting manager for him or she. So that's where, so once we assign that particular manager, so whenever the resource is going to perform any activity in the application, that those things will go to the respective manager approvals and create invoice against cash advance. This is something which once those invoice cash advance is got approved, then next step is that we need to run. There is one standard ESS job which we need to run to create invoice in the payable model, where we need to pay advance to the particular resource or employee. So this, and then make the payment. So this is the our discussion today. Let's get into application. Yeah, this is the application. Once you log in, this is a system admin, which I have all the access. So as I mentioned that we'll go to step by step, which are the things required. Go to self and maintenance. Click on search. First, go to manager, manage users. Click on search. Click on manage users. So this is the way we are going to create users, right? Here you can see if you want to search any existed created resource, we can go ahead and provide the key information and click search. So those information will be available. Let's say example, which already I have created here. Let's say example, which I already created that. See, it is how it will come in this fashion, right? So now, so what I want to do, I will go back and I'll create a fresh resources here. Click on manage users and click on plus icon and provide here. Let's say example. Last name is that I will give as test. First name is Vision and middle name is not required. If required, you can give it Mr. And you can give Vision. Username is Vision and you can give email ID is that Vision gmail.com. Ideally, this is something which I have given as a dummy email ID, but when you're working with the customer or client, they will be providing the particular resource actual email ID that you have to provide it here. And date of hire, these things are supposed to be created by the HCM department, not by the finance department. I mean, it is like, human capital management. But since it is a demo session, I'm showing you how to create user. Once you provided this required information here, and here you can see that employment information. So person type. So you need to select which is the right fit into him. So I'm going to give the employee here. So the amount and I select employee, the person type is that it will pop up all legal employer and business. That's what I mentioned in the for discussion earlier. So employer. So this is which legal employer is belongs to. So this is for PS1 and similarly business unit. So which business unit is belongs to. So that we have to provide it here. These two fields are mandatory. And so here job is required. You can provide a job, which job is going to be, and grade also, and department, location, everything you can provide it here based on the real-time information. And manager, this is what I told you. So now this vision user is belongs to which user? That means each manager is lining up. So here I can give that which I have service account, which is nothing but as my sysadmin account, nothing that is called as student. Student FA02. Just scroll down till find it here. Yeah, this is the one. Select this is the one. Save OK. So here, whenever this particular user is going to create any invoices or any approval related information, that will go to this particular manager level. So that is the important here. This is a mandatory setups when we are going to create user in the application. And here roles and role request. If you want to provision any automatic roles, that you can go and click on here. It will get added one seeded role that is called employee. Basically, employee is the one of the duty role which we have. So here you can see that just click on role request, which got added here by default. See this many things got added by system itself only. So once everything looks fine, then go and click on save. Just remember this thing, test and vision. Username is that vision we have given, right? Just keep that name as here. It will take a while to so update the user ID or username and other details in the backend. Yes, the user got created. So now just you want to we can go back and see that either our user is available or not. Just go click on it here and search for it. It's not coming because some just click on not coming, then don't worry, just click on advanced. And here you can give the start name, keywords or something. Just click on search. It may take some time to update, right? That's what it is saying. It will take some time to update and then we'll come back. The meanwhile, what we'll do, we'll create another user also. Same process which you need to take. Here says that line test one and reason one. And it has a step. Here you can give reason one. And here email ID also same. Reason dot at gmail.com. Reason one. It's a unique number, unique email ID. And keep that hiring date is that 1st of January 2023. And come down, select person, say employee, and then provide your employer details. ES1 business legal entity, similarly ES1 business unit, and you can provide that manager is that student affairs 02. Okay. And this I have given all the things required information here. Click on auto provision roles. Once that is done, just go click on roles request and see all the roles got added here and save and close the tab. So now what we have done, we have created two users or two resources we created under the manage users, which comes under the management, human capital management. It will take a while to update it. Meanwhile, I'll take the names here. So reason one. The password would be, I will create a password is welcome 123. Welcome for both of them. Yeah. And here just go and search for names which we created, right? Just refresh page before that. And give it try to either it is coming or not coming. Don't worry, you will see that. Okay, let it be. So then after I will come back here again. So in the meanwhile, just to go back here, navigator to change the password from here. Go to tools, go to security console. Is nothing but is IT security console, which is system sysadmin in the EBS, right? So here you can call out that the specific user ID. It will come. See here, it is there. So there it will take some time to update over there and vision test. So username is that vision. This is the first one, first name and last name, right? That's why you have created here. And click on this first one. Here you can see the status also active. And click on reset password manually. You can create it. So this access would be there only for who's supposed to act as a IT consultant. For them only they will give the IT security console role, not for everybody. Right, and done. And click on again using test one. Click on reset password. Manually change the password here. Just click on welcome. Correct 123. Welcome. Add 123. Sure, you can see that also. Welcome 123. Reset password. And if you want to add any roles, that can be added. But what you have to do it there for that, just click on edit, and then we can go ahead and add a number of roles based on the needed. Just click on done. And now what we have done, we have reset the password for these two users. So go back to your setup and maintenance page, call out manage users. Let's see still this coming or not coming out there. Manage users. manage users. Click on here, Vision. See here, it is here. So it will take some time to update from backend, right? Don't worry, don't get panic on that time. Just be a little bit patient to understand it and then move on. Right, see first. So here I see the two resources which I already created here. So here you can see, you will notice one tab called as action. So what is the action here? So if you want to log in as this user, where this user can go and create expense report or any other things can be done. So for that, as I mentioned that in the earlier comment, we need to update default expense account. Otherwise, the system will not allow us to create expense report, reports. Right, just go and click on that, observe that what are the two things are here: manage users and expense information. This is the tab which is holding about the complete information of the expense related information. Okay, so here just provide the basic information, just kind of address Maryland, which is the New York, yes, Maryland, 1524. 524 is the one of the is location code, area pin code, that is. It will pick automatically state and city as well as. So once you provide this information, here you can see default expense account code. But here you may ask the question, says that why there is, if it is mandatory field, then why it is not there the star symbol here. But even though it is not a mandatory, but we have to provide the mandatory expense account. Otherwise, I told you right, we can't able to log in. We can log in, but we can't create any expense reports for that. So here just go and click on, look for their segments, what are the chart of accounts they're using. So here I just can in the account expense code. So the timing, I'm just giving some of the any random code that is related to any other things. Right, just you can go click on this search tab. So here I can see there are multiple things are coming up. So let's say ideally we can have multiple, there are many tickets or many things will be there, but let's say example, I will give this account, just timing purpose, AP and air clearing accounts. Say okay, and save and close. So I did for test vision, and so let's see then we'll log in this user and see. I will show you the difference between these two, because the first one which I have given the default expense code combination, and second one I didn't give, right? So I will show you the what is the difference between if you not give the default expense code combination, what is the impact on that. So let's say we'll try to log in with the new user ID, which is nothing but Visano, right? So log out, go to Vision, welcome at 123. Sign in. Yes. So here, this user only has employee seeded role. So for that only these many things, seeded things, he has have this much access, right? So now, where should I go and create the expense report? Whenever log in with employee role, so just notice that Meet tab. So under the Meet tab, all things will happen, it will be there, which is related to the employee related information. You can see here, personal information, connection, journey, and pay, and time and absence. Everything related to the employee information will be available under the Meet tab. Okay, here you can notice one thing that is called as a expenses. Just click on expenses. Click on expense, and here you can see this the moment when you log in here, you can see this. This is the screen which you can see, and here you can notice that first. See, as a consultant, first what you have to do, just we need to notice that what on the screen, what are the tabs are available. Those things are related to which is that. So first you will understand that kind of sensibility. And here you can see create and manage, and here you can see go to travel and expense tab. Right, it is blinking like this hyperlink, right? So each everything. So here, if you notice these things, right, create expense report and request cash advance, request authorization, and manage bank accounts and delegation. Delegate is nothing but if somebody is, if let's say example, if Vision is going on PTO or leave for 2 or 3 days, so the meanwhile he wants to submit his expense report, right, on behalf of him. Test division can go and create the expense reporter. That's where we need to give the delegates somewhere, like we need to provide the delegation to the other employees or other resources on behalf of the actual employee. So that is how it is. And manage bank account. Ideally, when you log in right here, the moment you click on, I'll show you one more thing that is most important setup. So once you go and log into application, click on expense report. One second. Okay, that I will show you later. That's okay, fine. See, the amount, go and click on here, create expense report. See, this is the page where you can go to create the expense report. But now we are going to discuss about cash advance, how you are going to create. Next section, we will discuss about the how to create expense report, right? Yeah, once you came here, you see, just notice the tabs which we have on the left hand side. This is expense report, and here you can see that kind of approvals, and this is like a cash advance, and this is something like an authorization and travels. So these are the things will be available for the employee. So this employee utilize this all the sub tabs whenever whenever he or she will be traveling from the organization towards of the their activities, right? So here you can see the gear symbol, nothing but settings. Once you click on settings, you can see there are sub tabs are there, nothing but as tasks, manage bank accounts. So manage bank account, nothing but as when we submit expense report, which bank account we supposed to get the your amount, or which bank account the company has to reimburse your expense things, right? So here you can see now there is no anything, right? Just you can go and click on add symbol and attach your bank account here. Say examples, and account type is that saving account or what are the account you have to. And here you can say account what is Vision test, it will be automatically based on the user. And provide the routing number. Routing number something where you need to get some other way, but here you can keep it as example. Click on cancel it. Once you put the your routing number, then the bank account details will be populated under this tab, right? So when that is done, just click on done back and here. So likewise, you can see this all the things is required. So if you want to create expenses through expense items through spreadsheet also, it is available. Okay, so now going back to your cash advance. So here you can create our cash advance. Sorry, the fraud tab. This is the one request cash, right? So this is the one thing which we have given the default expense account code combination. Now what I will do, I will log in with the another user which we didn't provide the default expense code combination, right? Let's see the difference between. I will show you how to do that, how to notice also. Just log in with without default expense code. Yes, we log in with the another user. Here you can see Vision one, right? Click on me, expense. Here notice that we have this this page looks like it's common for everybody, but the thing is here access related problem will come, right? So the moment and go and click on expense, let's see the either it will allow to create or not create. See here, this is the difference between that. So email saying that error message, what it is saying, you are missing employee setup information for expenses. It is clearly indicating to that where we didn't provide the default expense code combination. That's why this user is not able to create at all any cash advance or expense report, anything like that. So this is the difference between if you're not providing the default expense code combination at the time of creating the user ID. I hope you are very clear on that now. So don't panic even if you're working the client in the real time. So this is where you have to understand it. If somebody is even when somebody, like say example, a couple of times like I have seen that where the users recently hired and which they are not aware of it, or like at the time of they created a user, they might be forgot to add the default code expense code combination. So like then after they may experience says that like they couldn't able to create a expense report or cash advances or something like that, right? So in that case, how you're going to debugging or like to understand the issue. So when you say this kind of, when you see this kind of a message, error message, immediately you have to think that way. Either this user has default expense account code commission or not. Go and check that. Once you see that, if the something is not available over there, then you should ask the client to to populate that expense default code combination in the user, and then save the record and proceed it. That's all you have to solve the issue, right? So now going back to another user which we have given access. So this is how we have to do that, right? So vision. So click on sign in. So now we'll go to create a cash advance. How to create the cash advance? Just click on here, go to cash advance tab and click on request cash. So advance amount, how many dollars you want to have the advance? Let's say example, $1,000 I need. The purpose is what? Travel for business work. And here advanced type. So you may get some other doubt also here. Advanced type, how these two fields are coming up here. So what is the how to get these things, right? So for this there is a lookup code available. Once you go and query that lookup code, there we have to define these two. If at all you want to add any other things or you want to delete these things, yes, we can, that is possible over there. For time being it's not required. And trip start date, if you want to provide, you can provide it. Let's say example, I'm going to travel by tomorrow, so I will give the second date of the October and end with the 4th, right? If you have any attachments which is going to support support to your advance request, right? Let's say example, ticket, your airfare tickets are there, that you can go ahead and like click on plus symbol and attach here, choose the file and attach it here, provide the title, name and description, and share it. If you want to share, you can share that also, so that it will be full-fledged of the information to support your advance while you are upgrading the your manager. So now this is fine, and click on submit. So the moment when you submit, click on submit, just see that system automatically will provide the advance uh, invoice number here, starting with ADV, and this is a system generated number. And here you can see description what we have provided over there, tips, tip start date and end date, and here you can see the value, right? Just if you want to withdraw or duplicate the same cash advance again, just go and click on here, select and click on withdraw or duplicate it here. So now I submit this cash advance, right? Just you can go click on again cash advance and just click on all, and you can see that what we have created here. It will come or not, we'll see. Just you need to keep this all the parameters null and then search. So this is the one which I already created, right? So here you can notice that. So if you go and click on this advanced number, so it will give the information. So here status is saying as a submitted, and employee is that test vision. Here you can see advance amount is that 1,000 rupees. and here go to record. If you have multiple records, the particular resource has multiple advances or any other information like that, then you can go and click on go to record. It will come the list of values. That's how you can see it, and attachments here. So ideally it's supposed to show as the approved pending here, right? Manager approved pending, but it still is not showing. So it will take some time to to modify the or update the data. So just wait for some time. They are refresh the data. It will take a while to update all together. Just click on here again. You'll see that it is changed or not. Submitted is coming up. So as I mentioned that when I submit this particular result test is submitting any cash advance related or expense related information, this will go to his line manager. So who is his line manager? Student FAS02, right? So if you go and look at that particular, if you go and log into that particular ID, you may notice that just will log out and log into the sysadmin user ID, and let's see that either we will be getting notification or not. Ideally, it has to come, and we'll see that. It will take some time. So here there are a lot of notifications are coming up, which we have created a last call, last discussion, right, regarding the PPR submission. So I didn't see any notification here also still. So it may take some time. Let's see, just wait for some time to notice it. Just refresh the page and let's see. You can see over here and click on. See if you have the approval roles, right? Approval roles. So what I can do, just go and click on expense here, and if you have the access for it, okay, and approvals. If you go and click on approvals, you may get the notification also. If something is applicable here, so that will be populated over here. So you can go and click on new request here. So search for it. If something is available, if you're the approver, right? So you may get it that. So here you can see less than 80 and everything is there. And here you can search, click on cash advance because ours is cash advance, and go and click on search as advance, click on search. If something is available, it will come, but still is not coming because it may takes a while time to to update the records here. In the meanwhile, I will go back and we'll see that the user ID. Reason. So just click on me. Expense. Cash advance. Just click on here. Yes. Now you can see previously it was there as status called as a submitted. Now it is pending manager approval. So this is what we're supposed to notice every time. If at all the status keep on changing until it will get approved by the your line manager as we set up, right? So pending manager approvals. So let's see, now you can go back and log in with your here also you can see that pending manager approvals. It got updated now. Right? Just go and log out from employee. Now I am going to act as a is approver. Log in with the approver, and you can notice that in the bell icon, which is notification tab. Click on here. You may notice the yes here. Now you can see that. So this is how approval already it is being placed. That's why I didn't spoken about it. One another session will take to discuss about the complete approvals, how to set up from the bottom to scratch to everything. And now we can see if as approver I can go ahead and approve directly from here, or if I want to go and review the approve notification, what details they provided or what is the information it is there, that I can go and check it out. See here, company DA policy. So the user should have only maximum one cash advance, and then the maximum amount should be 1,000 rupees, $1,000. Okay, so this is the minimum. Maximum also will be available. So max to max, $10,000 they will be providing as a cash advance, not apart from that, right? And click on action. This is something which is already we know that, like, the way how it is working for invoice approvals. Similar kind of things only here. Request more information, delegate, reassign, escalate, and suspend, withdraw, and skip current assignment, add comments, attachment approvals. So this everything is common as it is, and go and click on approve. So here you can provide the approve, right? So just type as a copy, type as approve, and click on submit. So now the request has been approved. So now you can go back and go to the user login. So notice that now you might be received another notification says that your cash advance request has been approved by your line manager. That's how like you may get the notification that I will show you how to look at. See, previously the notification numbers are 24. Now it is increased to 25. So it means that one notification I received recently. That is what it is here. Notice, you can notice here, right? Cash advance approval for vision test, right? So this is how it is. Now just go and click on your Me tab and go down and call out the expense tab and go to the cash advance. Now you can see that, like, still to say that now it is the pending auditor approval, which means that next level of the approvals. Previously it was there as pending manager approval, now auditor approvals, right? So if you go and click on again the advance number, see here it got updated automatically. First step is that first status was showing as a submitted. Second, it is showing as a pending manager approval. Third thing is that pending auditor approval. Here notice that under that, like an author date and approved, which got approved by the is line manager. The line manager name is that student FS02, right? Now again you go back and log in with your approver email ID, this credentials. FS02. Here is bit change. You can see, let's say example, what is this again? Notification is ready. No things came or not? Yes, it got. Okay, fine. And go to the navigation tab again here, and look for the expense. So when you see the expense tab here, you may notice auditing, corporate card, and travel administration, and then expense dashboard. So the cash advance is pending with audit approved, right? So this is the what here you can see. So this is which is something like which already I created some time back, and now you can look at the other things like So yeah, let's refresh the page. It will take again some time to to populate that information, and click on here. Manage cash advance. Manage cash advance. So you can search those things as well as under the which business unit we have created, right? This is the business unit which I already created. If you know advanced number that you can populate and search, just click on search. Yes, here you can see. So employee name is this, the which one I already created the something some time back, and here you can see this is the pending audit approval, right? So this is how you have to do the audit approval also, and click on audit approval invoice number. I mean, this advanced number. Now you can see. So here in this page, I will tell you, just keep in mind very clearly this one. There is a task called as a adjusted via advanced amount. Let's say example, the employee is going to travel from years to within years some two different states, which may require $500, but the employee has requested for $1,000, which is not fair towards of the auditor approval. So in this case, what auditor can do? The auditor have the access authority to reduce the value. Let's say example, I'm not going to approve for $1,000, so it is not fair for him, so that he will make it as $100. So, and here go to that and click on due date when he is going to submit the this particular expense reports against advance, right? So ideally it would be around 6 to 7 days. Let's say example I will give as a 7, and type, you can see all, right? So just go and approve it. So I have done adjustment here also, right? Let's see that how it will be acting on. Actually, the employee has requested for the $1,000, but as per auditor, he felt that like that is not sufficient that may not be a good amount. So that's where like he reduced it. The auditor has the access to increase or decrease the amount. He has that kind of capabilities, right? So once you upload it, it got like it got approved. Now you can notice here ready for payment processing. This is the next step. So now just go and click on done and click done here. Now we are in where approver login, right? Now we should go and log into your employee ID. So Vision. We may got another approval notification or not. If not there also, don't worry about it. It may take a while, and go to the employee expense tab. Click on cash advance. Now you can see ready for payment processing. It means that it got approved now. See, first what we have done, submitted, and the status was showing as submitted and pending for manager approval and pending for auditor approval. Now ready for payment processing. So this is the final stage. Now we are good with the this particular activity to make the payment against cash advance, right? So just go and click on done and go to the navigation, call out scheduled jobs. There is a ESS job called as process expense reimbursement and cash advance. Just check it whether it will be accessible or not for this guy. It is not coming due to some XYZ reason. It not says that like the employees does not have the full-fledged accesses. That's why it is not coming up. Okay, don't worry about it. Log in with our approver credentials. So we'll go and run there. Go to navigator and call out tools. Click on schedule processes. You can schedule new process. Call out process expense reimbursement and cash advance. Just keep in mind this program is most important. See here, create invoice for payments to employee and corporate card issuer as result of expense reports. That is the description. By reading also, you can understand why we are going to run this particular ESS job. And business unit. The employee which we have created, that guy belongs to which business unit? PS business unit, right? So provide that. And type of expenses. Either that is cash advance or expense reimbursement. It is cash advance. So select cash advance correctly here and click on submit. Take this process ID and click on OK. Just refresh until the process got completed here. You can see here process expense reimbursements and cash advances. Just wait for some time until this the status would be changed. Yes, it got succeed. Right, it got succeed. If you want, you can show I will show the log file also. There would be two log files. One is text and one is that log. So go and click on log. So what it is showing as. That one you can see that. So this got created, right? See here, invoice page to one. So no need to go accounts payable module also until if you want to check it here, you can check that the log file itself only either the invoice has been created or not created. See here, invoice fetched 1 and payment request created equal 1. So here the main thing is that we need to understand. So when we are looking at the accounts payable, the invoice type should be as standard credit memo, debit memo, expense. I mean, it's like other things so on, right? But here when we are creating any invoices from the expense model through, then it's supposed to be the invoice type should be as payment requests. Don't get confused over there, because whenever you see the invoice type as payment request, and also there is another topic called as like customer refund, which comes from the your receivables, but you can ignore it. But like a source, you can keep it as a expense related source, so that we can find out the all which are the things that belongs to expense related invoices. Invoice type should be payment request. Okay, so this is how we have to look at the log file here, and click on done and go to the invoice. So now the next step is that go and look at your invoice has generated or not generated, right? Just click on accounts payables, click on invoice. You can see the on the dashboard recent. So two things got recently created here. Just go and click on recent. So you can notice that what are the things got created. This is one thing which already created in the morning, and this is the one which we created with the supplier. Supplier is nothing but like here the employee name. It's a party. It's not a, like the other way of the supplier, but you can treat it as a supplier. We'll open the invoice. Let's see that now how it looks like. Yeah. See here, party name. It also supplier. It's a party name. No supplier side, nothing else. Here you can see the employee number. This is how like you need to see that. Okay. And if you look at the payment type, or sorry, invoice type also payment request here, right? So employer, this is what we have given the at the time of when we create the user. So here you can see this is something where it is coming up. This is you should aware of it how this distribution code combination picking up. So I will show you that how it is coming up. Ideally, it is coming through there is a setup called as second where it is not moving. Duplicate it. So I will show you that like how to see. I'm giving complete end-to-end one flow to better understanding for each individuals. Right. That is what I'm trying to my give best here. So if you have any questions, you can post in the group in the chat, so that like I will address those queries when I get a chance. So once you log in, just go to setup and maintenance and go to expense model here. Expenses here you can see here expenses here. Call out as a specific cash advance setup. Cash advance. Yeah, manage cash advance and authorization policies. Just click on that. Yeah. So here you can see all this information. Just ignore it. It is not required to see now. And business unit. Just click on business unit, edit, and come down. See here, cash advance clearing account. See this particular code combination is picking from this particular setup. You can see that 12350 is the natural account code. Here you can see. From here, this particular segment values are coming to your invoices. That's how we have to see. And if we go and look at liability account, how it is picking up, it is picking from the your seeded setup, which is we set up the common expense, common financials, right? From there it will be picking up. So now next step is general way. So go and validate the invoice. And here, just keep in mind one more thing. Sometimes they may ask the question. They may test your knowledge also, right? So the client will test you either you have a good solid understanding of the expense or not. So that reason is why I'm saying that comment here. Here you see when you look at the normal invoices in the table, you can notice that like an approval here, approval tab will be there. But here approval tab is itself is not available in this place. The reason being, this is something which already approved in the expense model as a cash advance, right? So again, it's not required to create send for the approval. That is the reason they remove the tab itself here. That is the difference. Just keep in mind, cash advances is not required to again approve the your payable model. Just keep it because it is most important. Sometimes client may ask you to explain all these things also. That's where keep in mind. Okay. And now this got validated, no errors, everything looks fine. So now I want to make a payment. I can make a payment directly from here also. Pay in full. Sorry, what is this? Popular for devices current state. Okay. I think I'll be selected, right? It's done. Okay, fine. So just move to post to GL. What is this? Some error is coming up. That's okay, fine. You see our domain instance, right? So it got account again, but select for payments. See here. So this is demo instance. Sometimes it may give some kind of different information. That's don't worry about it. And click on home page. Go to payables again and click on payments. So now I have to make a single payment for this particular employee. So what I will do, I will go here, click on payment, business unit. My business unit is that ES1. ES1. Supplier is nothing but what? Name, right? We can give party reason. Let's see. Here you can see. So select everything and this person bank account. Which bank account you want to make the payment? Let's say some buffer account, which has already been available. Right. I think there is another account also, which is something. Okay, there's something different. Okay. Triple P. This already discussed in the last session also. I think I have that information here. Let's say example. Or I can give some. Okay, let's say. Yeah. Payment number, payment document got enabled. This is the number I given. Okay, this is something payment not defined. So that like it, but always you should go with the. Okay, sorry. Let's see here. Let's use the, and I'll select here as standard check payment. Standard thing I'll take it because there won't be any concerns with standard. Standard, and I'll sell it now. Information, yeah. This is something which is good. What happened again? Select different bank documents, whatever. I think there is some check. Let's say here, let's select different thing. We'll try to give some other one also. Don't worry about. Ideally, we can use check format. Let's say try this thing. If they are not there, let's see. Acha. So there is a different bank account number, right? So let's see which already I created some bank account previously. Let's say there are not some bank account created. Bank. Let's okay, anyhow, this is fine. Payment document is used by our payment file. I don't need to Okay, that's fine. No problem. This is something like system issue. I can show you later also. That's not a problem. This is how we have to make the payment here, right? So once payment is done, then our job is done. It means that cash advance got paid to respective resource. This is how we should create cash advance in expense model. Right, I have given complete one flow of the process. Okay, you may think, I trust that you have understand very well about this all those concepts what we have discussed here. So please do subscribe my channel for more videos upcoming. So I think I am believing that like this is something which I'm doing some kind of this videos for who is learning newly or who has experience also for them. It will give a lot of like refreshment of their knowledge by watching these videos. So that's where it is. I'm doing this kind of like small kind of my contribution towards of the supporting to our like youngsters and experienced guys also. So do subscribe my channel, subscribe and post your all the questions if you have any questions on that. So that like when I whenever I get a chance, I'll go and look at your questions and I will respond back to you as well as okay. Thank you. So we'll catch up in next week in the next video. Thank you.